Hey there, Virgo. This is Joy with Joy the World here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share. For real, get this message out here. Make our world a bold, bright, more beautiful, better place. The more people that come into their truth, into their strength, into the manifestation of their dreams, and their world becomes happy and light, it makes our whole world a better place for all of us. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Also, be sure to leave comments down below and fill me in on your side of the story, friend, because I'm only getting the side that's coming in over here. I can only imagine what's going on until y'all let me in on it. So anyways, Virgo, this week got kicked off with a theme. I was like, what? Anyways, on the Magic Monday, y'all had me rip open this gate, this portal, and I didn't know it was going to be the portal of love. Get the love coming on in, love, Dr. Joy. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind. I was a little scared. I wasn't too sure. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. What are y'all having me do? But it's done. And it's talking about surrendering to love this week for each of the signs, no matter what that is. And you have more than one placement. So whichever ones you're drawn to, check them out. Okay? And we'll see what's going to go on here. You're very much talking about opening. Yeah, you spilled before we even began. So we're going to run through these because they're basically almost just like grammar, like a sentence. And then we're going to get into the heart of the reading, okay? Because you're talking about, let me show you the way I am seeing it. You're talking about opening your throat, this pen, this letter. It's, again, reiterating to reading, to writing, to poetry, to divine messages, channeling, that sort of thing, but getting the throat open because it has a lot to do with your sacral chakra, with your pleasure, with self-pleasure, with whole pleasure, with your divine channel being connected. Also healing some sexual wounds for some of you from when you were children and very young, and some the promiscuity of teenage. And not like the fun kind, like, hey, let's find out what's going on here, but sort of this obligated, as if it had kind of been written into your charts, written in through generational lags, curses, those type of things. And the word curse can fall heavy, but it can mean things that were to bless other people and come down life when our ancestors and relatives maybe didn't do part of their calling. We got impacted by that, and it has a trickle down effect. But this is your resurrection power. This is Pluto. Look at the inversion here. Can you see the inversion here? It's almost like if I could put this right there, that is the puzzle that makes you whole, and that is your hand. It's been distorted and withered from holding on and waiting, trying to feel worthy enough or like you have anything important to say. You've been impotent of sorts, because when we don't feel important, we become impotent or powerless. And then we don't know what to do or how to go from there, because look at the look on her face. Even her eyes are orange. That sacral energy, the need for pleasure, has been stymied and delayed for so long. It's like it's flooded up and it's clouded your vision. You can't even see. And therefore, having longing, feeling worthless, or purposeless, or like maybe intimidated but a little bit shy, like let me hold back, I'm not sure, that type of a flickering kind of going on. But it's easy to see why. So no big deal. She's come with her magic quill, her magic pen, to restore that fire, the fire to your eyes, to begin to like bleed off, let out, steam off this excess, to let it begin to permeate and to move into the environment around you, to lift your spirits, to lift your soul, and to taper off that excess sacral energy that hasn't been allowed to come forth. Also to include provision for some of you, okay? And we do mean financial. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Why? Because we see these two cards coming in. We're going to get to the central energy next. But see, this is interesting. The nose. Look at that. These are like the eyes of your heart going on here, okay? And when we begin to clear that away, you can finally see, and you can see that life is for you, that your heart channel is beautiful, and that it is for the world. It's not selfish. And thinking of oneself is not selfish. Only thinking of yourself to the harm of others and taking advantage of others, that is selfish. Offering yourself an advantage by utilizing your skills and your assets and knowing what you're good at, That is humility. That is exaltation. That is healthy. Okay. That's like knowing yourself, right? Then you know how to contribute. And we're all these beautiful, delightful colors in the crayon box bringing together the symphony of life. And when you know yourself, you're taking up your space, you're inhabiting your place here on earth. And that affords others to each have their throne to come forward as well, right? So this has to do with prosperity and expansion of your territory, of your heart being able to begin to feed our world. That is the message of joy to the world. Pardon y'all, that's the time of my oven. I'm baking some Hungarian bread for my friends today. So anyways, that's about expanding your territory and feeling comfortable with it and sharing yourself with the world, your whole self. Because see, there's that little bit of obscuring over that sacral chakra. Like, don't nobody need to know I'm human. Oh dear. Oh no. I don't need anything from anybody. Hello? Alert. Alert. Be united, friend. Be connected. Be divine. That gets into the threes of the cards, the threes of the charts. And that is where creative force lives and inhabits. So stymie your creativity, you stymie your connection. Stymie your connection, you stymie your creativity. Can you see the relevance? So when we just begin to embrace and accept how things operate, we won't be playing these mind games, these shelterings anymore. So then they can see your whole self, your powerful magic wand, your pen, your quill, your whatever. Share your pleasure with us in this world because we are all human and we're all divine. No more having to wait. No more having to put off your mind and the gifts and ideas and enhancements that you have to bring forward for us, all right? We're all looking forward to it, and so is your very own soul. Now, I'll tell you, you have the ability to capture. So don't stand back from that. Don't think it's awkward or using somebody or utilizing. No, it is not. Your attractiveness, your allure, your playfulness, your cheekiness, those type of things, it helps bring and draw people in. Remember, it's drawing them into their own channel, into their own. When you take your seat on your throne in the game of musical chairs, right, and you get into who you are and you're confident about it, others begin to, it's almost like it gets like a neon light panel through all the thrones, and they can see their name on their throne. They're like, oh, there's my throne. So that's how we can be enthusiastic and excited about each other's forward movement, success, divinity, that type of thing. So step in. I'm ready to be drawn into your lusciousness. Now with that, we have this mystery in the middle, and it is the justice. It is that sadness and that longing and the setting of your brow, the setting of your sights, the like steadying of yourself going, well, this is all I could ever expect for life, right? That was like the void speaking out, like the breath coming out, the void, not knowing it was to be filled with the radiant light, that you were to be satisfied and be connected to taste and see this divine world, this lusciousness that you have to bring forward, right? The eyes don't lie. The eyes don't lie. Okay? So that's blowing out that fallacy of the longing, of the loneliness, of kind of being in your own world, in your own way, forever and ever, and amen. That's not, sorry y'all, good, doop. That you are here to join and to share and to be a part. You are here, aren't you? Okay. So, along with that, let's instead take the divine crown, the divine wings, the beauty and the pen, the quill again, okay? And begin to write our future. So just so you know, she's facing the entire direction of everything we just discussed. So it's about getting to put that behind you. But there is a bit, like with that golden crown being on that helmet, there was a bit of obscuring in the back as well. And it's a divine lie. That's what I have to say. I'm kind of familiar with it. Once I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's what that's like. That's what you're showing me. I'm like, all right, I understand now. I understand. I know how to communicate it and share it with them. So when this comes in, we have this, which you would think, primo cards, totally primo. We have the Nine of Discs and we have the Empress. Talk about amazing. But this is more like having to look out for oneself, having to be careful of those hidden things, the black moon Lilith, the dark moon Lilith, those type of things. And here's only what people want to see is the good fluffy side and what I can contribute and bring, and not just your power. Let me obscure my power. But your soul is saying, pay attention to this. You need to share this. This is part of who you are. And you're like, I don't know how I feel about all that. Let me just meditate on that for a minute. Let me just have a seat on this. Well, I will just take it and I'll put the inversion of it. I'll put the lessons learned from it. I'll put the sweet, clean, squeaky, polished side, the laundered version of my dirty, smelly, stinky shit. That's what I'm going to give. That's what I'm going to share. I'm going to lighten it up, make it lighthearted, make it playful, make it jovial, put the little wink, the little fun, the little sparkle, the little shine. No, that's painting a turd. That is painting a turd, friend. But this is the 9, the loneliness, of being fine on my own. I am perfect and complete by myself. 9 is not the number of completion. It's the number of oneself. 1. Alone. Yes. And that's not how we're created to be. We are all one. That's missing an L. So we just sign that L on the line and bring it in the all one, the community and the divine, because that is how the circuitry runs. That is how the connections here. That's why we were formed with body parts. They're meant to come together. Okay? All right? That's why we have a belly button. It reminds every one of us that we did not get here on our own. It was those who came before us, even if it left a debt, even if it left a mark. It's being able to come on through that and to bring in the radiance, the love, the divine, the divine quill, the divine permission, right? The healed eyes, the vision for our world. Okay? So that's where justice is coming in here, is once we clear away the sorrows and the being relegated to it just being happy on your own, being satisfied on your own, married or not. Many people are alone in their marriage. They're connected to themselves, connected to spirit. They get the satisfaction there, and then they suffer in their life. Da 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 da. And look, that looks like this, right? And that's a repellent. That is a repellent to other people's thrones. That puts a static out into our world. If you live somewhere where there's cooler weather and the heat runs, when you're walking across carpet floors, it builds up that static and you hit the doorknob and it doesn't hurt, but it shocks you and it pulls you away. Okay? That's what is building up, and that's not what we're here to do. Okay? So these are kind of in a dissonant form going on here, because it is about hard work. It's about what you bring, what you earn, that type of a thing, but not the unconditional load. It's about that burden of bringing in and giving it to those around you, to the new generation, to everyone else, the tree of life's for them. But I'm still on the hunt. I'm still on the search. I'm still trying to figure me out and to solve me and to make it all pretty and glorious and glowing and bright. And then I will share, and then it will be green, and then I will be happy. Look what's already happened over here. Remember? Jupiter loves you. We love all of you. Bye-bye, fig leaf. Bye-bye, scarlet letter, sin, doom, 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 bye, bye, bye. That's what this white quill is for. It's like, bye-bye. Getting it on out of there, right? So now the Empress is here looking to this card. So this is like the turning point. This is you coming out and coming forward, manifest. Not just here feeling the passion and the knowingness, but the literal doingness. And I'll go ahead and I'll tell on myself. Weeks ago, Spirit had asked me to record videos for men because my viewership is almost 88% men. And I was like, no. It's like, Joy, that's what you've always done. I was daddy's girl, his right hand, and not like little princess, the one they taught how to live and how to be strong and how to come alongside, that type of a thing, and teaching me my own authority, but also the loving power and support that I can bring alongside men. I had a brother. I was put out in the play yard with all guys for years of my life, over a decade. And then I have sons, right? So I have all 3 facets of it, all of the full training, and very close to all my male relatives. So I learned how to speak manese, right? And not mayonnaise, man-ease. And I recorded that sucker, sent it to someone that I mentored for about 10 years spiritually. He's not a young man anymore. He's 30-something, whatever. So I sent it to him, and he took time to meditate on it. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I put this out, or am I crazy? And he's like, yeah, putting on out there. I still hadn't unlisted it. It's been there for weeks and it's still private at the moment. So when we talk about hindering ourselves, that's this knowingness, right? This quill, this power, this pen, this purpose that we have, but yet still letting the void speak, right? That the thing that steals our breath, the thing that weakens us and destroys our strengths and the power of what we're exactly created for, divined for, and coming in for. But this is having to do with that birthing of that belly. Do you see this divine self, masculine, feminine, so actual and potential coming through, blasting out the maze? This is what you've lived through. So once you finally come through this, you see the power of the permission to be your own right hand, to take action, to move forward. And what I love about this card, the feathers are made of fur. The whole kingdom, all of it, all of it. Your divine head, the sacred cow, the alignment in the sky. We even got some curls going on up here. We got some reiteration above and below. And this is like the music rising up to seal you and to protect you and to agree with you. Even the ancient writings have come along, okay, to make the way. And they're like, you got to hack through a bit because this land's been overgrown for a minute. But take your spiritual machete, take your word and hack at it and work at it. Have the courage, because courage can be had in the midst of trepidation, in the midst of a little anxiety or anticipation or fear, like in my case, like, but it's like, Joy, step forward, It takes a lot of courage to do this, and it takes a lot of courage for you to do this, all right? So let's see what is underneath justice here. What has been going on underlying the Three of Wands? Fully coming through. This has to do with this dark energy, coming along. It's like the asp that bit you, all the stuff that you've been through of not knowing what to do until you got through it. That bit of a harsh learning curve. Remember, I talked about ancestors maybe not doing what they should have done, so you had to learn the hard way. It took a bit of the blessing and a lot of the favor away. The favor is that self-assurance, the confidence, and the trust to step forward at the appropriate time. Because opportunity not only has to do with preparation, it has to do with timing, being ready for when it comes, being open when it comes, being receptive when it comes, and stepping into it, stepping into the play, stepping into the ball when you play baseball, right? So you can knock it out the park, baby. And so this is that, he's like pointing up like, that divine power. And this isn't to go like destroying or conquering or any of that. These are the symbols of having already conquered, having already lived, already embraced. They are the symbols of your authority. Okay, and here's the reiteration of that green eye. The thing that should have killed you brought you to life. Remember that old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And what you are powerful in is the power of the heart. Remember, the healer's eyes, the healing heart. This is the Chiron card. And to me, I don't believe in Chiron staying unhealed. That's the healer. You'll always have to suffer, struggle, cleanse yourself 50,000 times after doing an energy session. It's coming into our radiance, into the eye of God, into the power and the perfection of our chart, so that we are whole, vibrant, living, alive on our throne, right? And in that shining and that radiance, it affords others the way to find the shortcut to theirs. Not being shortchanged by any means ever, but the shortcut, okay? And with that comes the star. These two really resonate and go together. This is almost like a divine marriage going on here. Look at it. See how this hand weaves the music of your protection. Being in connection, that sacral chakra is fully taken you over now on the outside. Is that unction. Remember the allure, the drawing people in. Okay, that's what this has to do with. So much so that you almost can't really even see the darkness. You're like, isn't that where stars belong? Isn't that what we're about, is shining our beautiful radiance, our wholeness? Because these holes in the hands, they are what allows your heart to flow freely. Okay, show some legs, some of y'all. Show some leg. I don't know who that's for, but I'm just agreeing to say what they asked me to say. All right, so I'm going to get you a quick credit card, and I have some new decks. Well, hello, it came on its own. Dreams will come true. Look at that. Destroying the rock. And if any of you have Leo placements, you can step over to that reading and you'll hear about this stumbling block, this rock over there. And so just know it's being made, the way it's being. Hey there, thank you for your patience. This is the holiday, so I was needing to stay open to get contact from my friends. So anyways, we're going to find out about this electric energy, breaking open the impossible, making it totally possible for you, and getting not only that, just all the resources that has been contained in this like frozenness, it's a time capsule is what I really see. Remember the withered hand that will come back to life? It's like that time capsule, and you are your own divine spirit in there, and you will know how to make your way through that energy of what is ready to awaken and shaken your world first, and then ours as well. So along with that, you keep asking for these pitmen. I am so excited. I have 2 decks of them that have come in. So let's get a little bit here for Virgo. All right, Spirit, let's talk. I see you. No, that's some craziness. I see you right there. 3 nuts. Okay, y'all are chatty today. We can't know the whole future in 1 minute. Let's eat the elephant a bite at a time. Ooh, I love it. It's one of the reasons I bought this. Like, whole new world. Whole new world is being constructed here. One that is light and easy and intelligent and well engineered. It's both playful and stable. You're kind of like saying this is your tree of life, but it's also like your hot air balloon, because you want to see, well, or one of those gas balloons. People who gas balloon, they're absolutely silent. Looks just like a hot air balloon, but they don't use the heat to do it. They use gas. So it rises you up. And it brings up this love. It's like this lightning, right? It just brings it up and lifts up our whole environment. It lifts up the energy of our planet because of your resilience, because of what all you've seen and come through. You've drawn it to light and brought pleasure forth from it, and share it with us, that we can walk in the wisdom of what you have learned. And remember that shortcut? That's what this card is about. But it is an ace, isn't it? It's the ace. All right, and with that, we have the 2 of pips. We have the 2 of spades coming on in. It's like, turn your back on death. Leave it behind you. Look to those future shores. Don't be, like, I can't say negative thoughts, but like seeing the worst, seeing it come to you, seeing that that's the patterns and the way things play out. Because the neatest thing about this crazy year and all the plants is what is going on. Windows of opportunity are everywhere. These squares coming through, to me, they're windows of opportunity to see the new year, to look on out and to perceive something different. Okay, so that's what that one's telling us about, and it's bringing in another 2. So having a whole new perception, and that would lead to dispelling those fears so that you could see the love. Can you see the clouds here? That's like the murk and the lurk kind of going on. It's dispelling that. That was the old, because it's sitting on this side of the card, right? So there's still a little bit of work that's coming on in here, and it's not work of you. Those are like your assistants, your guides, your spirit, right? Working to bring in the illumination of this, bringing it in, that divine connection, the wholeness of the heart, the shalom, the full perfect peace, so that you can enjoy it here on earth as well and write your own divine story. This is the divine temple, the perfect number. Okay, so let's get you, we're going to get a divine animal oracle for Virgo here about their week, about this overcoming this challenge. What? Okay, I see you. Yeah, bringing the Empress into abundance. Look at that. Deceit. Remember this? That's very much this card. Okay, so that's how it's showing you. But when you look with that scope of wisdom, asking your spirits and your guides to help you, because remember, they're here. They're formulating this. The impossible is possible. Remember that, okay? So when we know the impossible is possible, like that doom hanging over your head, I mean, it's just right there. It is just right there. It's like, how do we turn the tide from this? Now, this is a lie, because it's like something is trying to sneak into your destiny, but it's pointing here to recognize your divinity. So we're going to take an extra minute to look at that. Remember, thinking the asp that bit you, that you've already come through. You are approved and accepted. All right. So let's see what That's just nasty. The head is all like shrunk up. Can't even decide. It's all these false lies coming on, trying to lure you in. The eyes are all like crazy everywhere. I'm just like, I want to, yep, I don't like it. No wonder I saw two cards coming together. Okay, so fear of doing yourself in, financial constraints, not having what it takes. Yes, you do. That's this trying to speak and control you instead of this, your mind, your divine perspective, filling and controlling this, okay? That's what this looks like. So you're really just asking to do a refresher and a review of what we went through in the whole lesson, the whole landscape that we had going on here, my friend. So you definitely do have what it takes. Don't listen to the lie. Blow it all away. I mean, it's old and dusty anyway. Haven't been used in a minute. There's a couple of good things up in there. Take a peek on what is in this other side. Turn a lamp on. If it begins to feel too dark or too scary, illuminate yourself. Turn a light on. Turn to a trusted loved one, even if it is one of these videos. I know I do that as well, okay? Take time to just be out in the sun or under the moon, a little bit of quiet time to clear your mind and just breathe and let that go. Let that old, they're saying like narf. I don't even know. It's like just around the head, all this streamy, sticky, yucky stuff, okay? So, I believe in you. You got it, Virgo. You got what it takes. You're here. You're here. You made it. You're beautiful. You're divine. And you have life to share with us all. I'm looking forward to it. Leave the comments down below. Let me take a peek into your world, Virgo. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.